Hey guys, it's Maria from ReptiChip here, and today we're going to be talking about the ReptiChip Breeder Block, how to expand it, and why you should use it in your enclosures. The ReptiChip Breeder Block is a 10-pound compressed block of ReptiChip, which is a great option for storing a large amount of substrate in a small amount of space. This 10-pound block can expand into 72 quarts of substrate, which is ideal for multiple enclosures or, as the label suggests, breeders. So let's walk through how to expand them. First, you'll want to place your compressed block into a sturdy container like this with a lid. It expands into 72 quarts, so remember that when you're picking out your container. There are a bunch of different methods you can use to expand this breeder block, but I'm going to show you one of my favorite ways to do so. So once your brick is in the tub, you're going to want to remove or open the top. So this could be either making a cut in the front or the back, or completely cutting off the handle like I do. You're going to want to take a knife or a box cutter or something sharp like scissors and just cut the handle off. And I'll do cuts in the front and the back. Now once that's done, we're gonna pull out the label. For this next part, you're gonna need a water source. Now this could be a tub, a hose, it really doesn't matter as long as you can get water in. I will say that it is most effective to use warmer or hot water to expand it. It goes a lot quicker, process is a little bit easier than using cold water. That being said, I am not near a tub or any other water source like that, so we're gonna use some pitchers today. These hold approximately about a gallon of water apiece, and I have 2 of them filled for this. You'll end up finding different methods that work for you depending on what you need them for. So for instance, if you're gonna expand this and use it immediately, maybe you use a little bit less water so that you're not oversaturating it, and add more after the fact to drier pieces if you need it. I usually prepare mine well in advance, so I'm not worried about oversaturating my water and mostly just getting as much of an even expansion as possible. But maybe you're using it for an arid species or a temperate species, so you don't want as much water or humidity in the enclosure. So at that point, you'll use a little bit less and kind of figure out along the way how much you need. You can always add more water after the fact, but you can't take away water. So if you're not sure, or maybe this is your first time expanding the block, you can use a little bit less water than you think you might need. But for this demonstration, I'm gonna use the whole 2 gallons of water because like I said, we're not using it right away. So even if it is a little bit more saturated than I'd need for the species we're using it for, that's perfectly fine. So we're gonna start off by filling the front half and just pour evenly and slowly across the whole front half. If it spills or splashes, or maybe there's a little tear in the bag, or you're not paying attention like me, that's perfectly fine. You're not gonna have any issues with that. And then we're gonna take this second one and we're gonna pour it across the back half of the bag. If you're filling it up with a hose and not like a measured amount, usually what people do is they'll fill it up till it's to the top when you can see it, and then just let it expand that way. There really is no right or wrong here. It'll all work out just fine, I promise. Like I said, if you for some reason oversaturate your substrate, there's nothing to worry about. All you have to do is let it air out a little bit and it'll dry. So anyways, we're gonna leave this to sit for about 5 minutes or so and come back for the rest of it. Okay, so for the most even hydration, we're gonna take this block, flip it upside down, and that'll let all the water that's sitting at the bottom move back through the block to find any dry spots just in case for the most even hydration. This one is very expanded though, so this might take me a second to figure out. Woo! And that's your epic fail by Maria. So we're gonna let this sit again for another 5 minutes and then come back and finish up the video. And now once it's fully hydrated and expanded, we just cut open the bag and pull it away. And it's super simple just to move around and break apart. This is 72 quarts of substrate ready to go in your enclosure, but maybe you don't need it all in one go. If that's the case, then we'll recommend you just letting it air dry first and then just rehydrate as necessary. Now, even though ReptiChip is mold resistant, any organic material, if stored with a lid, like a closed lid in a humid area, has the potential to grow mold. So to avoid that risk at all, we recommend letting it air dry first before storing it. And there you have it. ReptiChip as needed. So you've just seen how easy it is to expand our ReptiChip breeder blocks, but why choose this over anything else? And really what it boils down to is what's best for your animals and easiest for you. First off, it's made from the highest grade of chipped coconut husk, which means top quality for your pets. ReptiChip is incredible at holding humidity, which is crucial for so many species, but can also be used dry, which makes it extremely versatile to be used from the most tropical animals to the most arid and everything in between. It also absorbs odors like a pro, keeping your enclosures smelling fresh. It's wonderfully soft and safe, reducing the risk of impaction. And we make sure to have the lowest possible sodium and mineral content because purity matters for your reptile's health. Plus, ReptiChip is easy to clean, saving you a ton of time. It arrives pest-free, so there's no need for any baking or freezing. And finally, it's 100% natural, organic, and sustainable, which is something we can all feel good about. There's no chopping down any trees to create it. It's all totally sustainable and safe. It truly is an all-around fantastic substrate for all of your reptile and amphibian needs. One of the best things about ReptiChip is how incredibly versatile it is. While it's fantastic on its own, it also plays wonderfully with other substrates to create the perfect custom blend for your animals and even your plants. For example, if you have a species that loves to burrow, whether it be snake, amphibian, or gecko, you can mix ReptiChip with finer substrate like ReptiEarth. This blend creates a stable yet diggable medium that holds tunnels beautifully, encouraging natural behaviors and giving them plenty of room to explore underground. And for those of you with planted terrariums or bioactive setups, ReptiChip is an absolute game changer. When mixed in your soil, it provides excellent aeration for plant roots, giving them something sturdy to grab onto while still retaining essential moisture. This helps create a thriving environment for both your plants and your animals. Speaking of bioactive setups, ReptiChip can also be used as a drainage layer at the very bottom of your terrarium. Its structure helps prevent waterlogging, ensuring proper drainage and aeration for the substrate layers above. This is key for a healthy, long-lasting bioactive enclosure. It's also a great alternative to things such as rocks or leca for the drainage layer because it's so lightweight. And that's the power of ReptiChip breeder blocks. High value, incredible quality, and endless possibilities for your habitat. Whether you're a breeder who needs the quantity or a keeper who wants the value, our ReptiChip breeder blocks are always a customer favorite. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe to learn more about reptiles. ReptiChip.